Welcome, guys. Welcome to the live. Here we go. We are coming in the building today, and we have none other than my LSU Tigers doing a dang on thing. My Tigers did that thing, y'all. They did that thing. Come on in the building. I know I'm just getting in. I didn't give them notice, so I'm going to give some folks some time to come on and come in the building, and we going to talk about it. I know a girl went on a little bit earlier. I didn't catch her live yet, and I didn't get a chance to get on her line, but here we are, and we ready to rumble. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, there we go. Turn that down a little bit. Just a little bit. But come on in the building. I know you've seen the title. What we talking about? We're talking about none other than LSU versus Texas Longhorn. Come on into my channel. If you've never been to my channel, when you come on in the room, go ahead and hit the like button, sub up if you need to. Here's where we're going to talk. We're going to talk facts. We're giving the lowdown, real deal Holyfield. We talking about where the ball meets the court and the players have to ball out of control. And this is where we are. I'm gonna give you all some time to come on in the building. Let me give you all some nice little sounds while we get this on the road here. But let's give some sounds while we get some people to come in the building. Come on in the building, y'all. Come on in. We're gonna talk about it. Come on in the building. Come on in the building. Come on in the building. We're going to give you these highlights. We're going to give you this recap, this straight overview of LSU versus those Texas Longhorns and how LSU took them down. Now, trust me, got to meet again. And as they meet again, we know what time of day it is. Always going to be a dogfight when you go into anybody's gym and you just gave them the smoke. They said we are in it, and I want all the smoke when we come back. It's called revenge time, so we can't wait to see what's going to take place. Come on in the building. Check it out. Hear what I got to say? In the building, hit the like button. Don't be shy. You know everybody's talking about it. Come on in. What's good, chat? I see you, Chocolate Cheetah. I see you. Oh, Chicago Cheetah. I see you. You are in the building. Come on in. We give some folks some time to come in the building. We're going to talk about it. On the CourtVision, let's talk facts. And guess what? Facts over feelings over here. We have no feelings when it comes to this stuff. Just raw, real, straight facts. Everybody know, if you follow me, you saw that I was live at the TCU game yesterday. We didn't get the first half because I wanted to enjoy the game. I decided to go ahead and stream the second half, which we did. I wish I would have been mic'd up, but next time I got you next time. Let's talk facts over feelings. Let's get into this here. A little bit about LSU and what they did, how they prevailed over those Longhorns. Yeah. It's showtime, y'all. It's showtime. Showtime. Come in the building. Come on in. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings, y'all. Facts over feelings. Here we go. I can hear you a little bit better. The feelings are a little bit better. Mmm. Mmm. Y'all ready to get into it? All right. All right. I know I didn't reset this on time, but anybody that follow me that have seen on my social media, you know that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 o'clock, SoprettyToni goes on. We coming on, and we talking about those Tigers and how well they prevail. Hit the building, hit the building, hit the building. Come on in. Let's take it there. Let's take it there. Put myself on the screen, really. Put myself on the screen. Welcome, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Facts over feelings. Check. Come to the show. Come to the show. Check it out. Check out the show. Check out the show. LSU takes down number 2, Texas Long, and which was an impressive game. It was very impressive. Very, very impressive. Come on, guys. Extremely impressive game. Let's go ahead and get this music down a little bit. I wanted to give you all some time in the building. Those that were going to come in. There we go. I'm bring it down just a tiny bit. So let's get into it. Those Tigers, what you gonna say about those Tigers? Man, those Tigers had played such a phenomenal game yesterday. I can't even fathom if that was the best, if not the best game defensively that they played all season. And I know we're going to say that. We're going to take it here. We're going to say that based on the fact that Tigers didn't really play anyone of a caliber of a team in the preseason before they came into conference play. I always said, let's get into conference play and see what we look like. This is where you get battle tested. And boy, were they battle tested in game 1. And in game 2, they were so distraught that I think it took them a minute to kind of get back up under their feet when they took that second L in conference play. But hey, never mind. We come into the Longhorns, and the Longhorns hit that PMAC Assembly Center, and it was a different story. It was a different story. The Tigers came out shooting, ready to blaze. And that's exactly what they did. They came out, they put pedal to the metal, they put that foot on that gas, put that foot on that neck, and they never let up. And that's how you want to play the remainder of the season at LSU. I'm not accepting anything less. If you try to bring me something less, we're going to have a problem. But I knew my girls would do it. They needed this particular challenge after losing their 5th seed. And I know for a fact that taking down the number 2 seed gave them opportunity to get back within that top 10. But not only that, get down a little bit closer than what they were. And they may not be 5. It might be like 6 or 7 after taking down the Longhorns. It's going to be interesting with the rest of the season. But let's just recap this particular game right here. And as we recap that game, let's take the sounds off because I want y'all to hear me clear. My voice is a little raspy because, I went to the TCU versus Arizona State game yesterday. It was a great game. It ended up being a blowout, but it still was a good showing, and it was a great opportunity to go watch our girl Olivia Miles do her thing in person. It's always good to watch any one of your faves play well in person. So my voice again is a little raspy, so I'm going to give you the best of what I can at this point. what my voice sounding like it is. However, the score for LSU versus Texas was 70-65. Those Tigers took the Longhorns down. I don't want to say they broke their bills off, but they kind of definitely bent them a little bit. That's what you do. Handle business when it's time to handle business, because this is the type of play that LSU is going to see in the playoffs. And when you get to see these young ladies play and compete the way that they did yesterday in this, I believe one of my friends, Keisha Cut the Ish, said it extremely well. She said, you know what? She believes the Tigers can contend with any of these teams out here. They can contend with the best of them. And I think yesterday showed that. Did the Longhorns play the best game that they could possibly play? I'm gonna say this: maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But it's not my concern on that piece. What I want to say is I'm gonna give you the recap, and we're just gonna give you the facts. Check facts, hoops here. This is where we are. And guess what? Facts over feelings. There's no one way that we're going to sit here and say that LSU just totally dominated that game. We're going to say this, though. LSU went in. They had a game. They had a mindset. They had a game plan. And they executed that game plan regardless to what anybody thought when it came to them playing the number 2 and how they would take a L in that regard. If you took a poll right now, or you go look at some of the polls that were already taken, when they asked the question, do you think LSU will be able to win this game versus the Longhorn? And I'm sure everybody polls said no. I'm going to say I have faith, and I always keep the faith because this is one of my teams. I'm a big fan of the game itself, so I'm going to critique it accordingly. Let's get into it. First quarter tied at 11-11, and then you get into halftime, and it ended up being 30-25. In that third quarter, LSU extended the lead with a strong third quarter finish. We're going to get into those numbers. We're going to break those numbers down here in just a second. But I want to talk about the quarters in its entirety just for a moment on exactly what each quarter looked like. And then we're going to break it down. And in the fourth quarter, Texas battled back. But they couldn't completely control and take over the realms of the fourth quarter like they did in most quarters. Of course, the first quarter ended in a tie, 11-all. Both teams, I feel, when they started off the game, the execution of the game just, it was giving, this is where we are. LSU came in, I'm hungry, this is what I want. Texas is being Texas, it's playing Texas basketball, and they're saying, we coming in your house and we gonna light you up. But they didn't expect the defense that the Tigers gave them in that PMAC. It's something about when you go in that PMAC makes those players play extremely hard for the Tigers and much, much better in certain instances when they play as big teams. Big teams, highlights, gym is packed to its capacity, standing room only, and this is what it's a doggy dog at that point. What up, chat? What up, chat? But Texas outscored LSU in the final quarter, 26-20. But it still wasn't enough because LSU took care of business when they needed to in that third quarter. They also took care of business in the second quarter after having such I don't want to say rough, but a rugged grit start. And that was a rugged grit start for both teams because, as you can see, it was 11-11. One of the lowest scoring first quarters that I would depict would run through a game such as this caliber. But nevertheless, you come in the BR, you got to be ready to be dealt with. So you win some, you lose some, but it's going to be a battle nevertheless. Key performers, of course, was Michaela Williams. Michaela Williams with a 20.7 rebounds, 5 steals, and 4 assists, led the team in this hit charge against the Longhorns. There was no answer for Michaela from the Longhorns. She took the bulls by the horns. She held on and she said, let's ride. And that's exactly what she did. She had the business. That's what I like to see. The game prior to this, Michaela was nowhere to be found. And we were looking for her and we didn't understand where her mindset was. But I was glad to see that she was focused and back on point for this game, which was the most important game for them, although they got the win of Georgia prior to coming to LSU. And so they needed that win up under their belt to kind of take them from the start of the slump of conference play. You also had Malaysia Fawali had 10 points. You had Jada Rashad with 10 points. Flajay and Zakaya each had scored 10 points. So you can't ask for anything better than that when you have your starters putting up double figures and handling business and taking care of the ball, which is good. However, LSU also dominated the boards, and they forced 17 turnovers. Texas had 17 turnovers. And with the team Texas have right now, that is very rare. It's very rare, but the Tigers did it. They forced them. We're going to go over to the Longhorns. Longhorns, Madison freaking Booker. Madison Booker played well. Madison Booker had 24 points, and she was 10 of 16 shooting for 7 rebounds. Madison Booker's push in that fourth quarter that gave that dominating performance by Texas in that entire regime. Madison had the will to want to win, and so she tried to push as best as she could, but it was too difficult. It was too difficult. The Tigers handled every realm of the court from all 4 corners to each side, to all 4 sides. They didn't worry about what was going on outside the paint. When they messed up, they kept going. And that's what you want to see from a team. You always want to see them thrive and battle through obstacles because only the strong survive. And you're going to see a lot of this in the playoffs. And so it's important that LSU takes the opportunity, especially in a game like this and a big win like this, to, of course, extend it, but make sure that they're playing like this. This is the caliber and the standard of what they should expect excellence from their team moving forward in the remainder of the regular season before going into the playoffs. And then getting into playoffs and playing extremely well. I think that the Longhorns coach made a statement, and his statement was that he thought that the scheduling was a little janky, having to play LSU twice and then playing South Carolina. Well, I mean, they each have the same schedule, so they all got to play each other just like that. And I think he wanted to be able to play Georgia somewhere in between there before he plays South Carolina. So he thinks that the schedule is a little janky. However, you have moments like that, but I think that Texas on their side if they could have gotten more players involved, I just don't know how much that would have helped them because LSU was really on one this game. And with them being on that high, I think they would have matched any intensity that Texas was willing to bring forth because they were ready to battle. They were on the battlefield and they were ready to compete. They were ready to fight. They were ready to board. They were ready to put up shots. They were ready to follow their shots. Can't ask for anything better than that. Rebounding and turnovers. I touched on that a second. LSU edged Texas on the boards with 44 to 35 boards. And of course, I told you, forced Texas 17 turnovers. This here is a huge impact on the game for as Texas is concerned, because if they can have some of those back and they can capitalize on it, would they be able to win this game? Maybe, maybe not. Again, I think that LSU was on point and LSU was in that mindset that this is look, we are matching them at all corners. No doubt. So whatever they throw at us, we're going to match it. They were just, their head was in the right place for this game. 17 is cuts into those extra possessions that allowed LSU to put up numbers, fast breaks, short middies, and believe it was 2 threes. And it's that Michaela freaking Williams was on one, and we needed her. We needed her the last 3 games since we started conference play, and it took 3 games for her to wake up. But we here, but we here, and hopefully she'll carry this momentum into the next few games, and everyone will follow. That is what I call a leader. If you were watching the game, you notice there was some plays where Kim Mulkey wanted Michaela to pass the ball, or once she passed the ball to cut through or create space, have Flage come up and we passed the ball to Flage for Flage to score, which I agree because Flage cooked last game. But this game, it was Michaela's turn. And Michaela say, let's go. Let's go. I hear you, coach. I'll take the consequences later, but I'm putting this damn ball up. And that's exactly what she did. It was major for her to come out of the slump that she was in. And it was a 3-game slump for sure. And that was a major factor that set this game apart in areas. Her late threes were very clutch. They were huge clutch plays. And I'm glad she was able to knock them down. But 1 minute and 20 seconds left. And you push that 3, that's just what you need. You got to be able to close out games. And in those situations, Michaela hit 2 back-to-back, and that was a great opportunity for her team to clinch that win, which was huge. The defensive impact was that LSU and Texas this season has had somewhat of a low point total. And you need both of those teams to pick that up. I'm a fan of both teams. Of course, I'm always going to have my Tigers. If you make me choose, you know I'm choosing the Tigers. So we're not going to ask me to choose, right? So do know that's my team. I'm going to stick with them through thick and thin. But despite that effort from Longhorns trying to get some things done offensively, it just did not pan out for them. LSU moves from number 16. They move to, their record goes to 16-2 overall. They're 2-2 in the SEC right now. So we're okay with that. We just got to make sure you keep the momentum going on the W column. And Texas is 18-1 now They're 3-1 in the SEC, dropping to LSU. And the AP polls are out. I believe I pulled those up, and I'm going to show that. If not, I'm going to make sure I show it because I got to come back with Olivia Miles. I didn't want to mix these two games together. I could have did a recap of both here at the same time, but they're two different teams, two different caliber of plays, two conferences, and I don't want to mix them. I think that LSU did a phenomenal job on their win. They did what they needed to do to get this win, and now we move on to the next. And so LSU next game will be on the 18th, I believe, and they're going to play Oklahoma. And then you have Texas, and their next game will be against the number 3, South Carolina, on the 15th of January. So depending on who's playing that day, I would love to catch that game. If I catch that game, I'll go ahead and I'll call that game for you guys. But let's get into some of the recap. Again, if in the building, go ahead, hit the like button, hit that sub. If you're not a subscriber, please make sure you do that. Let's get on over here to the box scores. Let's put those up for you guys. Let me move this over here. Let's see. Put that up. All right. There's our scores. Let me move this window over here. Okay. Where you at? Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. 70-65, as we already talked about it. Longhorns 18-1, LSU 16-2. Conference play, LSU is 2-2, and Longhorn is 3-1. And I'm gonna say one more time, Michaela freaking Williams. When Michaela is on one, guess what? This team plays extremely well. That's all I want to say on that. Nothing else you can say on that. 5 quarters, 11-11 in the first, 19-14 in the second. And as the Tigers are up, then you had 20-14 for the third. For the fourth, you had 26-20 Longhorns. Imagine if Longhorns and Madison Booker would have been able to get off and be able to do the things that she did in that fourth quarter and just had a little bit of help from her teammates. I don't know. Would this be different? Y'all tell me. Tell me would this have been a different game? Again, I think that LSU doing what they did and being on one, they would have matched any intensity that the Longhorns had coming for them. Okay, let's get to the I want the team stats. Look at the team stats. There we go. Team stats. Field goal. They were pretty much, when it comes to putting up those buckets, LSU was 26 of 67. Texas was 25 of 54. So you had a shooting ability from the field, 43.9 to 38.8 for LSU. 3-point line, 4 of 12 Longhorns, 3 of 13 for LSU. That number just kind of crushes me a little bit when I see that, and then those shots don't go down. And some of them were really great looks, guys. Don't get me wrong, and they know you could do about it when it, they're just not falling, and they're great looks. So 23% for the Tigers and 33.3% for the Longhorns. The free throws, you had 78.9% for the Tigers and 61.1% for Longhorns. Come on down, and we scroll on down. We take you on down the memory lane, right? You have total rebounds, 30. Let's see, total rebounds. You have 37 to 31. Offensive rebounds, 15-9 by LSU, 22 all defensive boards. Assists was 12-9 between both teams. You have blocks, which is 9-2, which that's what they say they have. I don't remember seeing Longhorns block that much. They did get some blocks, but not like this. However, I would say block shots, you had 2 for LSU and 9 for Longhorns. Then you had turnovers. It was 16-17. So both teams got to work on those turnovers. Then we turn over and we have points in the paint, 34-32, which would be, of course, the Longhorns. Longhorns points in the paint kind of got them a little bit by 2. But when Madison Booker went off, that's where you're going to get those. You're going to get those on layups, and you're going to get them not on just layups. You're also going to get them on court presence. And then personal fouls was 17-15. Ooh-wee. That's some points for you. And then I got something else for you guys. But I wanted to go over that with you guys and let you see exactly what we're looking at, how we get to pull our numbers, what the players look like, who is willing to help out and who's not. Who's a team player and who's not a team player. Because then they're for self. We're going to come off of this here. Oh, let's pull it off. All right. Let's get into some highlights. But before we get to some highlights, well, no, let's get into the highlights. Let's see. Let's keep moving. Keep scrolling. I have it here. Okay, let's get it set. Again, if you're new to the building, come on in the building. Get yourself right. And we'll take care of you over here. No problem. No problemo. Here we go. And I can start from the beginning. Take this down just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right, y'all. Here we go. Let's check it out. Well, I would give Michaela that lane. Yes, 3 ball, baby. 3 ball. 3 ball. I'm about to say, you better not fly, Jay. Yes, nice. All right. And buckets. Yep. Let's see. Off the inbounds, y'all. Off the inbounds. Yep. Let's see. Come across, come off. Yeah. Come on, me, y'all. Get this. Nice. Y'all see how LSU is battling in there? LSU is battling, man. And that's all we can ask for. That's all we can ask for. See. Nice. Nice. Right. Right. So I wanted to show just a little bit of that. Just a little bit, guys. Just a little bit. Let me get this registered. Now, let's get into some folders I wanted you to see. Let's see. Let's move this over there. Over here. Over here. Let's see. With me. Yeah, with me. Let's see. Where to go? Where to go? I think we've got to figure out. Oh, welcome, Chad. Thank you, Chad. I see you. Let me get you this on Michaela freaking Williams. Let me get her on the screen. Come on. Okay, there we go. There's the button. Let's get Michaela up on the screen. Where you at, Michaela? We're gonna go see what our Twitter folks are talking about. Twitter fingers. And say, all right, let's go to this right here. Michaela said, and I quote her, come on. Oh, you done mix yourself up already? They done mix it up already. Let's see. Big foe. Here we go. Michaela Williams. Let's enlarge this real quick. All right, here we go. Let's get her up. Coming to the stage is Michaela.
Game. It's been a minute.
Williams. All Williams highlights, y'all. All Williams highlights.
Rebound. Pull up three in transition. Bang. Down. Gets it back. Has to launch. Dressing crowds in all of college basketball. They are having a party today.
You can't see me. Okay, yep. Step through.
Yep. And Kim Mulkey. You can put up transfer from South Carolina. Off in the 2023 National Championship game. It's been a minute. Williams on the drive and draw.
Bang, bang, bang. It's that
She'll
bang,
rebound
bang,
and
bang.
run. Pull up three in transition. Bang!
I just got a
Gets it
replay.
back. Has to
So,
launch. And it's a grab. Dressing crowds in all of college basketball. They are having a party today. Williams in the lane.
Williams said, y'all don't know who I am? Let me show you. She put on the clinic. She put on the clinic, y'all. She's back. I don't know what that drought was she had the last 3 games, but she's back. This is the Michaela Williams that I know. This is the Michaela Williams that we know came out and should be ranked a little bit better than what she is. But she's such a quiet player and she get the numbers done regardless. It's Michaela. It was the Michaela show and she gave him just what she needed on the show. Let's see what else we got on in this Twitter world. Big foe, big foe. Yeah. No, Texas, y'all wearing that thing. Well, guys, I want to bring that to you. Oh, yeah. Let's get Moki on the stage. Let's get her on the stage. That's it. That's it, y'all. And sometimes in the props, people will come up with the illusion and the saying that, let's get to the X's and O's, really. Let's get to the X's and O's. People will come in, they will debunk anything that a team that has the right to win a game and debunk how they played, pick them apart, and say they're going to lose. I think right now, I think that was the word on the street. The word on the street was that LSU wasn't going to win anything once they came into conference play. Well, big differ, as Bro Claw would say, they're 2-2. And they have room to just go up from here. So you can go ahead and I typically like to want to kind of get through everything before I start jumping through. But again, when I say this was the Michaela show, this was the Michaela show. 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 steals, 4 assists. She was 7 of 13 from the field, 2 of 4 from the 3-point line, and 4 of 6 from the free throw line. That's a full stat. It's a full stat. And she made in her mind, I'm going to do me. I see you, Moki. I know you want me to pass it off, but it's my turn. I'm going to shoot this. It's going to be me. It's going to be all me. And I feel that if Michaela did not take over the game, I don't know if we'd be looking at a different situation. Would someone else have stopped her? Don't know. That's neither here nor there. But let's get to the chat for a second. Let's pull you up, chat. Let's pull you up, chat. Michaela Williams is a problem. She is a big problem. Whoever ain't watching, don't know what to tell them. Good evening, April Love. I see you. I see you. Let's see what you say. I mean, you play the way defensively. You play that way defensively. We play against the Longhorns. Nobody's beating us. Absolutely. It's a defensive situation. And in this SEC, it's going to come down to defense. I think your offense will roll and it will find its way, even if you have a slow start. If you can just defend, you got to be able to stop. Make stops when it's mostly needed in the most pivotal part of the games, and you just have to be able to shift defensively, help the helper, get in the spots where someone should be. If there's too many of y'all right there jammed up, just don't miss your defensive assignment. That's it. That's what I'm saying in a nutshell. Don't miss your defensive assignment, and you don't have this problem. But you got to be able to defend. You got to be able to score the ball as well. But like I said, when all else fails for you offensively, if you can do the intangible things defensively, you're going to look like the team you're supposed to look like throughout that game. Because one, we're going to know that there's moments you're going to struggle, but there's somebody that's going to step up. There's somebody that's going to be able to make that shot when your go-to player doesn't have it. And this is what you need. This is important for all teams. So let's see what else we got going on in here before I get up off of this chat. I see you, big girl. Welcome to the building. Thank you for coming in, Cheetah girl. I see y'all. Thank y'all for being in the building. We have already got my girl, Chicago Cheetah. We had who else we had in here? Did I pass you up? We had Miss D. Thank you, Miss D. I see you. What you saying, Miss D? Michaela. Oh, MK. Yes. MK should take the shot down the stretch. She is the leader of the floor. She is the leader on the floor. But we couldn't find her last, and we hope that you're trying to be funny. I got you, though. But Michaela Williams needs to be that player to do justice for LSU. She have to. Without her being able to dominate the way she did this game, I just find that it's going to be way too difficult for LSU to pop off a lot more of those wins if you can't get Michaela Williams involved. She has to be involved in whatever offense you're running. We know that Fly J is going to go to the cup. Fly J is going to take the middies. Fly J is going to do just that. But who's going to step up when she's not there? And when I mean not there, I don't mean that physically. I mean that mentally. Those are important. You want to know if they're begging? I don't know if they're begging. With that, guys, I'm going to get up off of here. I have to put together the next show, which is going to be, I'm going to do the recap of the TCU and Arizona State game. It was a good game to go and watch. It was good to see those girls, man. We could see on paper how tall these players are, but my goodness, when I say those girls are tall, my God, they're big. Those girls are big. It's been a minute since I've been at one of the live arenas, but it was good to go and meet Big Girl and hang out with Big Girl and Keisha. Keisha did have a good time for her birthday weekend, y'all. I just want you to know I made sure she had a good time. If she didn't sleep in, she should have slept in when she came home. But it was fun. Nevertheless, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. You got some comments for me. Please go ahead and leave them in the chat. I'm going to go back and I'm going to follow up a little bit later and catch those because I want to jump off and get everything together for the next show, which will be, again, the recap of the TCU and Arizona State game. With that, guys, I'm going to say this.